Okay. I absolutely love technical difficulties. I love it.
Comment. Oh, I missed it.
No, it wasn't a comment. It was just YouTube being like, hey, you're live, you know?
No
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe I can somehow get the two videos together. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so where did we leave off? So the female cop is like, she's the only one there. The judge is going to be down. Just relax. Right? And then she says, we have 5 trials today. 5. And I went, fuck. Because I thought if they have 5 trials that may need jurors, there's no way I'm getting out of it. There's no way. No. So
chances sound slim.
Yeah. Now this is where.
Hop in, Slim.
Come on, Slim. So. So while I'm waiting for the judge, I'm looking around the room, right? Surveying the land, as they say. So there is a guy who immediately held my attention. Okay? This guy, let me set the scene for you.
Picture this.
This is a gentleman, if I had to guess, and it's only a guess, I would say he's in his early 60s. Okay?
Alright, what are you so far?
Mm-hmm.
Early 60s. Check.
This man had the worst dye job I've ever seen. And he needed to do it again because half of his head was white. So the dye was growing out. And I thought...
maybe he's struck by lightning 66 times in the head.
I assumed that
like on the Great Outdoors.
I assumed that the jury duty was interrupting his salon thing because he was very upset. As my dad says, he was hemming and hawing. He was hemming and hawing the whole time, right? Not only that, but he would not silence his phone. So every time he got a text, bloop, bloop, like we all heard it, right?
If that was you and me, the court officer or somebody would have said, would you mind silencing that?
Absolutely. Now, homeboy had a red silk shirt on with the funkiest pattern I've ever seen. Right?
Like he just came back from golfing?
Red silk shirt, knockoff Docker pants, right? And he had boat shoes. Now, I have always been under the impression, and I have a thing with feet, so, that boat shoes, you're not supposed to wear socks with them. Right? That's like a fashion faux pas. You don't wear socks with boat shoes, right?
Wearing tube socks with sandals.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people wearing socks with sandals all of a sudden.
But this guy decided to cap his outfit with his boat shoes and mustard-colored socks.
Ew.
Yeah, he was styling and profiling.
Woo.
I was like... Now, I thought to myself, he was a little bit off, right? So I was telling Jay, I said, either this man got up in the morning and said, I'm going to act as strange as possible in hopes that maybe they'll send me home. Mm-hmm. Or he woke up and said, it's just Wednesday. It's my day to shine. The real me gotta be me. And he was just being himself. So I have no idea which one is which, right? He started to clean. Every time he got a text, right? And I'm thankful. This is the one time I'm thankful I wear glasses, right? So I can articulate this for you folk. He had his glasses in his shirt pocket, okay? And every time he got a text, he would take his glasses out and pull a Sean. He'd take his glasses out, rest them so, and do this with his phone, right? So I was laughing. And I'm like, why? I mean, he was getting texted so constantly. I'm like, why do you bother putting them away? Because as soon as he got them back in his pocket,
Ding.
bloop, bloop, and he had to do the whole thing all over again, right? So he started to clean his glasses with his shirt. Okay? And he was doing it, I thought, a bit aggressively. Okay? I was like, you're a bit angry for cleaning your glasses. I mean, we're all stuck here. So he had switched hands. He's holding the, I don't know what you call this piece. Like the earpiece, the arm, whatever. He's holding that with his right hand, and he's aggressively cleaning with his left. And then all of a sudden, aggressively cleaning, he snaps the earpiece or the little arm of the glasses off. And I started laughing. I was cracking up because he did this, right? As I'm sorry for the audio folks, this is a very visual gag.
Well, watch the show.
He had the glasses in one hand, arm in the other. So it was like this, and then he holds it out and he goes, and he's looking back and forth at the both of them like he can't believe magic, right? And he takes the arm or the earpiece, whatever you call that piece, and he whips it on the floor. So angry.
Now he's littering.
Yes.
In the court.
And I'm like, wow, dude. And subsequently, every time he got a text, he now had to take out his glasses, hold them because he couldn't put them on his face because he only had one thing, and then try to read the text. Right?
Well, maybe he should have threw his phone on the floor instead.
So I was cracking up. I'm like, this guy's a mess. But I couldn't stop staring at him. It was weird.
Well, if I was getting all texts like that, I'd be pissed too.
No. Well, he should have silenced his phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to nap.
I would have sent one text to whoever's doing that. Like, look, I'm in the court. They want me to silence my phone. I got to put it away. I'll talk to you later.
I'm at court getting sued.
Sue.
You want to get sued? So I'm like, okay. So now the lady cop suddenly appears in the front of the room, and she goes, I'm going to go upstairs. It's past 9 now. She goes, I'm going to go upstairs and find out what's taking so long. She goes, maybe if they see me, they'll hurry up. And I went, what kind of clout do you have that you're going upstairs? Hurry up. Does that work?
That was good.
So she goes, I'm going to tell them I have jury people waiting down here, and we're ready to go. And I'm like, tell them, sister. You go.
Reach.
Yeah, I was like, go for it. So she comes back moments later, and she's floating around. And I'm like, okay. And then she says, there's another court officer. He's on his way down here, and he's going to take you all upstairs. You're all going up now. I'm like, oh, great. Now, I still have my belt in my pocket. I just wanted to refresh people about that. Remember it.
Oh, I knew I forgot to do something.
Yeah, you're going to want to remember it. No, I mean, there was nothing I could do. If I went to the bathroom, I mean, my belt is as such. I mean, I really would have had to have taken my pants off to put the belt back on. And I mean, I don't know where I could do that. Say, excuse me, I'd like to go get nude in your bathroom, please. Would that be okay?
Where can I do this without getting charged?
I know. I don't want to be a defendant next week and have my own jury, but I would like to put my belt back on. So now this is upstairs, right? So I got to go back upstairs.
I want to stay a visitor, not a guest.
Yeah. So I go upstairs, and I took the elevator again. It was me and a lady with a cane. And I'm like, well, I got a limp. This should count. Right?
You get your knees.
Yeah.
That's your reason.
I'm a woman in need. I need to not take the stairs. So I take the elevator up with the lady with the cane, who is very aggravated that I'm in the elevator with her, by the way.
She don't know your problem. Screw her.
I know. I got problems, lady.
You should have just taken her cane.
Kicked her cane
Lady, I
out.
need that more than you.
Kicked her cane out from her. Watch her fall. Sue me. You want a jury? I'm number 52.
Like, I'll see you in court. Wait, we're
already
in court.
at.
I'll see you.
So we go in the courtroom and we get ushered into these church pews, right? I'm very
I
uncomfortable
never
now.
understood why they're called pews.
I don't know. Pew pew. Pew 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 pew. I'm very uncomfortable now because they're cramming us in. And we all have masks, but I mean COVID times. And the lady cop assured us that they wash everything down in between things, right? And I'm like, unless I see it, I don't believe you, right? I need evidence. You must have evidence.
Oh, you're in court. There's a lot of evidence.
I know. Prosecution rests, Your Honor. So,
Guilty.
Yeah, I am so guilty. So I'm sitting there, and they start, the judge comes out, and he does his little...
Here comes the judge. Here comes...
He does his little wank fest about how wonderful it is we're here. And he's like, it's wonderful what you people are doing. And I'm like, you people? And so then the prosecution introduced herself. Now, it was a guy, and he was defending himself against the state. And I'm like, are you trying to sue the state of Massachusetts? Good luck. So the woman stands up and she's like, I'm with the Attorney General or whatever's office, and, so-and-so, I'm suing, we got a case against him, right? So then this guy stands up, and he's the guy's attorney. I hated him right away. You know those people, like Happy Guy? Like, I didn't like Happy Guy right away. I don't like this guy right away. He stands up, he's like, I don't remember his name, so I'm just going to call him Jeff. I hate a Jeff. So Jeff stands up and he goes, my name is Jeff, and it is my privilege to represent my client here today. And I'm like, shut up, Jeff. I hate you already. And he sat down, and I'm like, he must be guilty, because you're a scumbag. I can tell. You got beady eyes. This dude is guilty. You look slimy. Did you slither in? They didn't even have to open the door for you, Jeff. You just slid right under, didn't you?
Yes.
You jerk. So then the judge says, well, you will, in this trial, you'll also be hearing from witnesses from the defense and from the prosecution, and there are 2 police officers from Marshfield. And I thought, my friend lives in Marshfield. Can I get out of that? Can I go home? Like, I thought maybe that was my key. I'm like, wait, I know Marshfield. I want to go home.
I have some sort of a connection. Does that work?
Yeah, no, it wasn't going to work. So then they do the whole, like, if there are reasons you can't serve, and they're going through the questionnaires and stuff. So people, and here's the thing, right? This is why I'm very glad I didn't try to get out of it. Because if you were trying to get out of it, you had to go up to the judge, to the sidebar, where there was no booze, and explain to the judge, the prosecution, the defense, the defendant, why, and the court stenographer for some reason. I don't know what the fuck she had to do with anything.
Get it on record.
No, yeah. I want a don't we all want a sidebar? So, and they're like, you had to explain to them why you couldn't be there. And I'm like, there's no
That's
way.
Too many people for you to get in front of.
No. I'd have passed out.
Even just the judge.
I'd have passed out right then.
Nope.
Yep, nope.
I'll stay here.
Nope, you know what? Never mind. I rescind. I rescind. So all that occurred. I mean, then they start, once we've weeded those people out, they start going through, and the guy's like, the prosecution and the defense, take the 0. I take the 0 every day, girl. So the prosecution and the defense have the right to contest whatever juror and the guy goes, don't take it personally. It's okay. And I'm like, I wouldn't take that personally at all. As a matter of fact, I want to be contested. Contest me. I'm very biased. I've already said this guy's guilty just based on his attorney. Right?
And making you come in.
And for making me come in. So, Jesus. I mean, they start going through people, right? And I'm getting nervous because I'm like, they're going through numbers very quickly, right? Oh, and by the way, prior to going up, the female court cop told us all that the 5 trials have now been weeded down to 2. So now there's only 2 trials, right? So I'm keeping that in my head as they keep going through people and getting rid of them. I'm like, I'm going to have to serve on the 2nd goddamn trial. I don't want to do that. And I'm not going to be able to get out of it unless they contest me. Contest me. Right? So they stop. They finally have what they need. They stop at 36. Right? I'm 52. Great, right? No. Because I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going to have to serve on the 2nd jury. I'm not happy at all. And
Now you gotta wait.
yeah, so the male court cop, different guy, less happy but not unpleasant. He's standing there. He leaves the room. And then he comes back and he goes over to the judge and they're talking and he keeps looking back. You know, looking back at us. I'm like, that can't be good. It's never good when people...
What are you talking about over there?
Yeah, I'm like, I can't hear. I'm not on the sidebar. So the court cop then walks back to the pews where we all are. And the judge stands up and he goes, you know what? We're all set for the day. The rest of you folks can go home. You did a good... He's like, still wanking. You've done a good thing. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your day. And then he's like, you'll get a certificate in the mail. I'm like, great, I'll frame it. And he's like, and you did your country of some, like, I don't care, I did my country service. So you did your country of service. And then he goes, you don't have to serve for another 3 years. Keep your certificate. I'm like, I'm going to keep my certificate.
I love how he says that.
What?
Like thanking you for your service and all that. Like you came out voluntarily.
Like I'm in the military
You were
or something.
forced.
Yes, I was.
States to show up.
Yes, they sent me so many letters.
And usually you just get one.
Yeah, like a stalker. I got like 8 letters a week. I'm like, you guys are wasting a lot of paper on me. I'm not that good a juror. I told you he's guilty. I don't even know anything about this guy. So
Plus, you guys are just going to dismiss it anyway.
So here we go.
Especially in Quincy.
The worst part, right? The worst. I told you in the beginning of this story that I had my belt in my pocket. I think we can all choreograph where this is going. I didn't have time to put my belt back on. I lost 2 pounds.
Couldn't even go in the women's room?
I told you I'd have to take my pants off. Not taking my pants off.
Go to the stall.
Yeah, well, I would be in a stall. But I'd have to take my pants off in a stall. Would you do that?
If I had to.
I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming the condition in a men's room is like, close enough. Like, you got, like, I'm pretty sure some men, if they don't have to clean it up, they're like, it's fine. I almost got the bowl. I mean, but, like, women are messy, too, for some reason. So I'm like, I don't know the condition of the bathroom. I hope it's clean. But I'm not putting my pants on the floor. No.
Well,
There's
I would
no...
say try to balance and use the walls, but...
What, like one leg here and one leg here? Like I'm in Mission Impossible? Don't touch the floor. So I go to get up from the pew. I go to get up from the pew. I take 2 steps. and I realized that my pants are falling. Not only falling, but falling quickly. Gravity is working against me, as it so often does. Probably because I had my wallet and stuff, and I mean, it's all the weight from your belongings.
Everything you had to check in coming in.
Huh?
Everything that you checked in coming in.
Yup. And
Pulling them
my pants are quickly falling. Like, I mean, at least halfway past my bum. At this point, I'm like, huh. And my jacket is very long. Well, not very long, but
if it's long enough, it's good.
It's long enough, so I'm like, ah! Like, I pulled my pants up, and it was only one lady behind me, and I mean, I pretty much mooned her. It's like, if you like those underwears, I can send you the Amazon link. If you like them, it's Amazon.com. They're blue. So, I walk out of the pew. I have my hands. My hands are now in my pockets, holding my pants up. Right? I was going to take the elevator down. Because, not the elevator. I was going to take the stairs down. Because the stairs downstairs is easier on my knee. So I was like, I would go down the stairs, it's easier on my knee. And then I thought, I'm hanging on by a thread. It's like a wing and a prayer. Like, if I exhale, these pants are going down.
And then you'll be going down the stairs.
And then I'll be pantsed on the stairs. Right? Which is not where you want to be pantsed. I mean, if you want to be pantsed, probably not there. It's probably not a good idea. It's very hazardous. So, I took the elevator, and there was this older guy, and he was kind of looking at me, just like Cane Lady. And I'm like, sup? Like, I wasn't in the mood. I was just like, what's up? And he goes, And he just kind of nodded. So, we walk out of the elevator, and, I mean, I can see the door. Right? I'm like, the door!
Freedom.
But at this point, the hands in the pocket trick isn't working, and my pants are now proceeding to fall again. And I immediately had to make an executive decision because I said, I'm not losing my pants in this courtroom. Well, it was courthouse. I was almost to the door. So I literally just took the top of the pants. I just held my pants up, you know.
Trying to avoid the indecent exposure charge.
Right. I just pulled them up. I pulled them up basically as high as I could. And I'm like, I don't care at this point. I don't care. I mean, they were like up here. I could lick the button. Like, I don't even care. I don't care. And it was a weird walk I had to do, but I mean, I got to my car, and I plopped down, I was like, oh, Jesus. You know? It was awful.
I made it.
Literally, I'm like, not only did I get out of doing jury duty, I didn't lose my pants. Well, I lost them a little, I mean, but it's okay. I mean, they were a little down, but that's all right. I pulled them back up. And I came home and I was like, ugh. And then I put my belt on, Sean. I put the belt back on where it belonged.
And you were happy.
Well, I mean, I was weighing the consequences. I'm like, if I don't take the belt off and I beep, the guy's going to be mad at me and go, why didn't you? I told you. I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to be singled out. You don't want to be singled out. It's just too much. So I made the mistake. I took the belt off and it literally bit me in the ass.
Guilty.
Yeah, I'm guilty. All right. Losing my pants.
Everybody put up your pants.
Huh? Everybody pull up your pants. We can dance if we want to. Okay. Yeah, it was a harrowing story. We went a little bit longer than usual. but the other video got interrupted, so. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. Sean's got something to tell him. Sean, keep your pants on.
Tell him, Sean, keep your pants on.
Oh, it accidentally rhymed.
It worked out good. Have a good everything. And my quote for the movie of this week, this magnificent feast here represents the last of the petty cash.
Good luck, Kelly.
Which one's that from?